Welcome, Meteor fans, to the Meteor Club Apprentice series. I am, the host, Josh Owens, and today we're going to be working with the Meteor Club podcast website, and Colby Cheese from YouTube Land is with me. Welcome, Colby.
What is up? Good to be here.
Nice. All right. So I'll just share my screen and we'll kind of talk through the goals and then we'll dive into some work here. Let's see. Share desktop one. All right. Can you see my screen?
I can.
Okay. And so the goal today... close some of this stuff. Whoops.
All kinds of tabs open.
Yeah. This is all from I was feverishly working at 3 a.m. the other night on this app right here.
Oh yeah. I remember you talking about that.
Yeah. So this is the new design that I had made. I actually had it made for the Meteor podcast itself, but then decided we hit the goal on Patreon.com, and so we started a new podcast, and we want to have a site where we can put kind of all the relevant links up, right? So you could directly download it, which most people don't know how to do that right now because there's no link. I've just figured out the iTunes link so far. Yeah, and so if some of you may have seen, I did some work with Diego on this project, but when you click here, it changes the player bar and it changes the text here to be the relevant episode. So we really need to just change some of these words, and then I want to integrate the Simplecast. I use Simplecast for this. So they've got a embeddable audio player here that we can use.
Oh, cool.
It's similar to this thing, and so the goal is, I think it stretches all the way, but yeah, we want to figure that out as well.
Nice. So it'll basically stretch with the browser window or whatever the frame it's in.
Yeah, it'll go with 100%. Sharing. Oh, I think they've got a picture right here. It looks like these guys right here.
Good stuff. Okay.
Yeah. And so I actually like the top one because you can control the audio speed and rewind.
Yeah, that's my favorite thing to do is change the audio speed. I hate it whenever I can't do that on a podcast.
Yeah. Sometimes it's funny, but definitely I don't know anymore. I prefer something a little faster than 1x.
Mm-hmm.
So just make sure it's in here. Yeah, okay. So I think we're good. We should get those advanced controls. And I don't know, I like Simplecast because even though it's $12 a month, we get some nice statistics here. So we can see 464 people have listened to the audio.
Okay. So it's just right there in the front. It's real simple to use.
Yeah.
I know you said the other one you had wasn't too friendly.
The problem is that they really there's no way for you to just use them. They're about the same price, and I feel like they're not as easy to use. Their support is horrible. I've actually had interactions with the Simplecast guys. They did a good job with answering my emails.
Awesome.
And I don't know, customizing Podbean's site was really, really not an easy process. And I feel like it honestly just looks like crap, and it's just there so that people can get these audio files in a reliable way. So my goal is to eventually move away from that as well. But all right, enough talking about that stuff. Let's dive into
this is your design you got built up for the other one. We're going to put it over now for the new podcast, right? So what is I guess some of the big stuff we got to get done on this one?
Changing some words, and then really I think just getting getting a some kind of interface for kind of doing the CMS type stuff, like essentially we're building like a blogging platform with some reactive kind of things built on top of it almost.
Right.
It's the wrong folder. Here we go. Oops. Can you read my text okay?
Yeah, it actually looks good to me.
Okay.
I'm reading it on my MacBook, so
Nice.
it's a good size.
All
Good
right.
to see you using the tmux.
Yes. Yeah, so if you guys watch this via YouTube, you'll have to leave us comments and let us know what you think of the new format. I think it gives you the video. There's no Google Plus Hangout transparent overlay in the corner where you can't read anything, and you can also see our faces like talking back and forth even though we're writing code. So I think it's a little better experience. We'll see. All right, so I started the app. Let's see, did it fire up all right? I get this weird problem where it I'll try to hit localhost 3000, it just sits there.
Yeah.
But if I go start it like on 3200 or something crazy like that.
Oh, it's like just that one port that messes up?
Yeah.
Mine messes up if I lose internet connection.
Well, clearly we have internet. Yeah, look at that. It just loaded right up.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That's odd.
Yeah. I don't know. I haven't looked into it too much.
Maybe that's some like unannounced bug. Is that's like a new thing, right?
No, it's been happening to me for a while. Probably it was post 1.0, but I tend to think it's something to do with my Mac though. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Well, interesting.
Yeah. All right. So we've got, let's just look at the app real quick for a review. We've got an episodes collection that's powering everything. And then we've got a publication. Oops. Yeah, so right now we're just returning all the episodes and sorting them by date, ascending or descending. Okay. So the newest one should be first.
Very simple then.
And then in here, we just have allow deny rules. This seems bad. Yeah, we're going to have to do something better here, I think. Or just deny everything and move to a method call or something.
Something on the server.
Yeah. Oops, come on. There we go.
I want somebody jumping in on their console and messing everything up.
Yeah. Totally a thing they could do.
That's probably a good thing to mention then, because I think it's not really obvious for anyone like jumping into Meteor at first.
Yeah, so I think if you look at the code on the left, it's really just saying like insert, update, and remove. It's returning the user ID, and so if there isn't a user ID, they won't be able to do any of these actions. But if they are logged in, right? So if they manage to figure out, like, even if we don't expose a link to log in, and they still manage to figure out how to like find the sign up page and all that, then they're going to be able to log in and start monkeying with all the data in the system. Mm-hmm. When in reality, we probably will need either an admin flag or something. There's a couple ways we could handle that, right? Like we could look at the user that posted the episode. But then that would still allow them to insert stuff. So that's probably not the best route. So I think probably having an admin flag that we set manually or something via the database would make a lot more sense to me.
So how are you going to have this set up to add the content? Are you just going to go in and have like an admin panel that you add stuff from?
That would be, I think, ideal. Let's look at the router file. It's interesting. So we're using the router.configure, and there's a global wait on in here. That's it's so like every page is always going to grab the episodes and wait on them. We'll probably end up refactoring that. Yeah. So we've got an episode new link right here, and we also have an episode route. What's that look like? Episode.
Looks like it's bouncing.
Fail test. That was me scrolling.
Okay. So new. Are these like built out yet, or are they just kind of like placeholder?
I thought episode was built out. Maybe it's not.
Are you using controllers on these?
No, I don't think this is going to be big enough to warrant writing a controller. Huh.
So, well, it's got the code. It's just not showing anything.
Well, it doesn't have any data context, right? So if we look, it probably does have the HTML. But there's just nothing in it.
Gotcha.
Oh, no, we got an error.
Okay. So you can't use yield.
No iron layout found.
Oh, did you not set the template or the default template?
I thought we did. Layout template, layout.
Layout. Huh.
I feel like this is like related to something different.
I haven't run into that error yet. Can't run into the same view twice. I wonder if it's due to that.
I think it's this guy. So I like Zoom, but it's got this like thing that stays up near my tabs.
Oh, the little green.
I can move it,
right?
Yeah. I didn't realize you can move it.
Yeah.
Win for them. All right. Well, I don't want to get caught up on that. Like we don't necessarily need to mess with that, but we do want to go to episode new. Here we go.
Perfect. We'll
be a little better though. Let's go see what
put it in a wrapper or whatever.
Yeah. Div class equals container. I think that'll do it, right?
Mm-hmm. Did you add the closing div?
Yeah.
We got to get you some surround.vim.
Yeah, I probably should get better at that. There we go. That's a little bit better.
Yeah, doesn't look so wonky. This is basically just something that you're going to see, no one else is going to see, right?
Right. And I'm pretty sure this works. We left this working. Testing in April.
Are you using your own little simple form thing you created?
Yeah, I am actually. Access denied.
Oh,
I'm not logged in. That's interesting. So,
okay.
Let's
we need to have one of those before hooks, right?
Yeah.
If you're logged in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see what packages we installed. Okay, I'm using user account, so I think they've got something that we can use.
Iron Router has before after hooks you can use.
Yeah, but they've already got like a method set up for us, so we can just tell Iron Router to use what they've got. Where?
Oh, okay, it's already built in like that.
Yeah.
All right.
Where the heck are they? Where are their docs? Here we go.
If current user, just a current user helper.
Here we go. Ensure. Here you go. Content protection. This is what we want.
Yeah, we want to have if
It's
logged in, and then if I guess
it's actually
if,
an Iron Router plugin.
Right. Oh, yeah. And then you were talking about having like an admin flag. This is probably a good spot to put that. Have like a helper for his admin or whatever.
Yeah, maybe at some point. What is this filters for? Huh.
Oh, some undocumented stuff.
Huh?
Isn't it, Shane, it's undocumented if it's underscore first?
Yeah, but that's this is an Iron Router thing. I think the designer put all this in to like reset the page to the top. I wonder if we actually need that. I don't know.
Filters.
Thought that was a fixed problem.
Check.
So we only want new episode to be protected right now. There we go. We should get kicked back out to, there we go. Must be logged in.
There you go. Good stuff.
Small wins, small wins.
Mm-hmm.
Testing in April. Set it to today. Add the episode. There it is. I think the thing. Oh, is this where I left off? Maybe we put a debugger in here for some reason.
Oh. If session get dragging. What is that supposed to indicate? Is that dragging the volume slider or the where they're at on the?
Where are you seeing dragging? Sorry.
If session get.
Yeah, I think this has something to do with like trying to catch the clicks, but not catching dragging. Basically. So like if you come in here and you click on this guy, it's going to update all this Chrome up top. But if you're like dragging, we don't want to switch you necessarily because they might.
Yeah, because you didn't mean to.
Yeah. I don't know. We'll see.
Isn't that? Can't you do that with like a whenever the click is up and it's not on there, it won't do it?
I have no idea.
Let me see. Instead of having to look for dragon.
I think we were done with that, so I'm just gonna take that.
Okay. Yeah, you can always see. You'll know.
Where were we at? Episode. Can't render the same view twice. I actually think this can't render the same view twice is coming from Mongo.
You think so? You can try and remove it for a second, see? But
Yeah.
I've never had any problems with Mongo.
Mongo?
Yeah, I've never had any problems with it doing that.
Yeah. Well, while we're here, we'll just do a Meteor update. Maybe.
Yeah, that might help. Let's see.
Because we need to get to 1.1 anyway.
Yeah, true.
All right. Gotta start it back up.
Let's see.
Yeah, no more.
Huh. Well then.
I still don't see Mongo on the page when I click Control M.
It's weird.
I'm being a bad pair. Let me close off my notifications.
Is this all going on your open source GitHub or on the private one?
I think we should make this open source. I feel like it could be interesting for people to look at.
Yeah, just because there's not a lot of stuff out there.
Yeah.
Especially if you're doing the videos.
Indeed. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we'll definitely put this up there on Meteor Club.
Sweet.
Play around with some stuff too. Maybe we can add tests on this thing too. That would be kind of fun.
Yeah, that would be great because there's not a lot of content out there that shows how testing is done.
Yeah, agreed. Could force me to use Jasmine more too. All right. So we got to remove the debugger. I think what we need to do is now there's no way for me to basically if we look at the structure, since we don't get RoboMongo, let me close this.
Yeah, RoboMongo doesn't work with the new MongoDB yet, right?
Oh, I don't know. I haven't upgraded to 3.0 yet, so.
Okay.
I just use whatever comes default with Meteor.
Okay, so you actually have to tell Meteor to use 3.0 right now. It doesn't automatically upgrade.
Yeah, I don't know. That's interesting.
Because I wasn't sure, but I'm still a noob at Mongo. I got to learn more about that.
Yeah, we'd have to. We'd really have to look at the startup script to see how it's calling Mongo. But you might be right. Like if you upgrade your system Mongo, and maybe using that, but just starting it up locally in your folder rather than because it starts up its own instance. It's a really interesting question. I don't want to do it mid-episode. Maybe we'll save 5 minutes for the end of this thing and play with that. Maybe
Sure.
To Mongo.
Good to know.
Mongo D-V. That was not helpful, Mongo.
To Mongo log. What if you open one? I don't know what the heck.
There we go. See, I'm on 249. So I'm using Brew, so we'll just do see what version of Brew we can do.
Okay. I wonder if it matters if you make a new project and then it'll do 3. Huh.
Is there a way we can tell server status? Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, so they must be doing something different because my Mongo version I'm connected to on port 3201 is 267.
I wonder if that has something to do with the fact that it doesn't work sometimes for you.
I wouldn't imagine so. I mean,
I don't know.
The app starts. It seems like the proxy is not working right or something. All right.
Interesting.
Got sidetracked there.
Yeah.
So episodes, we get this spotlight field right here. if it's set to 1, then it's going to prioritize that and put it at the top for us when the page loads.
Okay.
And then what happens is when we click on this guy, it changes that spotlight ID, so it moves a different one up here.
Okay.
So we need to have some kind of way to set the new one as spotlighted. I don't know, like
the newest one, like automatically spotlighted when you first load the page. Is that what you mean?
Yeah, that's my thought. And so if we go that route, then it's always going to be the freshest content at the top, ready to be played.
Okay, yeah. So what about just doing like an on create or on render hook? Since you know that's when they're first opening that page, you can have it set the spotlight to the newest.
Well, let's look at how this is hooked up now. So we've got a spotlight ID. Because somehow she's running off the database, the designer. It's client. Which I love, by the way, that she like actually went in here and started building an app.
That's funny.
I think that's a huge testament to the power of Meteor.
It is, right? It's so easy to jump in and get stuff going.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. She's totally doing a find one call with spotlight set to 1 and then grabbing the ID and just setting that spotlight ID.
Yeah.
So we could leave it wired that particular way. And
that's literally what I said today.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, this is what I was literally just asking in chat earlier before we started. What do you know? What's the difference between this? I guess this is depreciated now. Rendered is, and they want us to use on rendered.
Yeah. Let's do that real quick.
Yeah. I just didn't know the difference because I didn't see that update. So
is it on render or on rendered?
I'll check. I think I've got it because I was just looking at it in my app. Actually, it's on rendered.
Okay. So yeah, we just changed this to be just a function. So I think before it was like template.home.rendered equals, and so we were overriding the rendered kind of method and putting in our own stuff. Whereas now we're just registering a callback, and so the on rendered allows us to have like 5 of those if we want, 10 of those if we want, right? And we don't have to like put it all in one huge chunk of like block code.
So if you had a huge amount of things to do on render.
Yes, actually, I've got a great example of that.
Okay, cool.
I just refactored that map app that I was talking about. Whoops. I didn't click anything. Why'd you do that? Where's that guy at? Well, we'll just click this one. Oh, this is already open sourced. There you go.
Oh, right. I'll have to look it up.
Yeah. Client, where's that? That's home.js. Yeah, so you can see here I've got an on-created callback, which is really just setting a bunch of initial state. So created is going to run anytime a template's actually created, and rendered is going to run anytime it's actually inserted into the DOM.
Mm-hmm.
And so then down here, once we insert it into the DOM, like this block of code will check to see if there's a map. If there's not a map, then we're going to shove a map onto the page and figure out the location. Like we give it the coordinates, and then we figure out the edges of the map. And then down here in this on-rendered block, we're actually adding in an observe changes call, so we can see whenever a marker is added or removed. So basically, like we're doing JSON queries, and as you move the map around, it's going to find places that it should show on the map. And as those are added or removed, like we get those messages from the server, it's going to pop and either add the marker. If it has, it's just going to do nothing. And then if the markers, basically, if we get a removed call here, we're going to take the marker off the map, and then we're going to like stop tracking that we had that marker. But so that's kind of like, logically, we're doing 2 different chunks of things.
Yeah, so it just looks better and more readable.
Yeah. Totally. Because I did try to like some of this stuff, like the setting the boundaries and stuff, I felt like this could probably be somewhere else. But then it turned out like it wasn't great to put it somewhere else. So I kept it in this code.
Gotcha.
It wasn't firing like it should. So I could probably look at it more and figure out how to refactor that, but that's material to this video. But yeah, that's
Cool. Good side note though.
yeah. Great question. Good spot. Because totally. So on render, rather than just looking for the newest episode, she's looking for the one that has the spotlight. So the question I have is there ever going to be an instance where I'm going to want to spotlight an episode that's not the most recent episode? I'm not sure that I would.
I don't know of a reason other than like, I don't know. I don't think you would.
Yeah. I don't think I would want to either. So, you know what's kind of interesting too is that now that we're doing this as well, we could actually, okay, we'll save this for a later feature, but we could track the last episode that they clicked on, and we could even track how far they got into it, and we could save that into like local storage. And next time they come back, we could preference if local storage has an episode ID and a time counter that isn't past, the time counter or whatever, then we'll like show them that episode again as the spotlighted one. We could even
so like this is the one that you were just listening to, and here it is again.
Yeah. We could even put a little message on the page that says, "Hey, welcome back. We noticed you were listening here. If you want to keep listening, just click."
Yeah, most of the time when I go to a podcast website, my number one thing I want to do is look at show notes, because I think a lot of people probably have their podcasts on their phones.
Very true.
I'm thinking like usability here, I guess. But,
yeah.
That's a fair point. Is there like an easy way to just like, boom, jump in, see the show notes and the links?
Well, so this transcript link here opens up a modal with show notes.
Okay.
So that was.
You might change the name of that, because I probably would never click on that if I was looking for show notes.
Yeah, we can change that to show notes. I think it's the only. Yeah, that's the only place it's at.
Cool.
Okay, so we're gonna do a find one. Should totally change this to JavaScript. There's even a note in here. Huh?
Instead of pulling from the database, you mean?
No, this is all CoffeeScript. You can see.
I see what you're saying.
On the right, it's JavaScript.
Like, well, it kind of looks like JavaScript. Yeah. I always forget, because it's still I can still read it, but my brain doesn't. Yeah.
So we want to do like.
Can't you just like copy paste that into a converter and it just automatically changes it to JavaScript for you?
Yeah. Yeah, I just haven't done it yet. So. Oh, this is interesting. I wonder if with this button we might. Wonder if we can make like a JavaScript call to control that iframe or something. That would be fun too.
Okay, so like play episode and it just automatically plays the deal at the top rather than.
Yeah.
What does it do right now? Just update what's at the top?
Yeah, nothing. It's just a button.
It's useless.
Yeah, none of this stuff is hooked up.
Oh, okay.
All right, so find one, and we don't care matchers, but we do care about like sort -1. Is that right?
So that it pulls the most recent.
Oh, we got to sort by date, -1. There we go. Oops. Date. There we go. Well, yep. Boom.
Good stuff.
Nice. This is an easy one. All right. So the other thing we need to do is we're going to need a field for tracking like the player iframe for each episode. So basically the process for me on the back end is to record it, edit it, get it ready, and then come into Simplecast and upload the episode, and that'll put it out on the feed. And then I also get right here this window that I can pull up, and this iframe is the embedded audio player. So I think what I need to do is like copy these URLs right here, or these two URLs, and put them into the database as well. So we need to edit that form. Client views. We'll actually, while we're in here, we can add like a transcript or a show notes field as well. Let's look at the processor for a new episode.
Is this how you build out most of your apps? You'll have like a designer put all the like non-attached buttons in there, and then you just start building them out?
Yeah, that's my preferred way to build it. So, I mean, that's one of three options, right? The other option is you become good at design yourself, and then it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Or you do what I call like developer page vomit, which is you just build something mostly unstyled or like lightly styled using something like Bootstrap, and then the designer comes in and fixes it all. But I think, to me, having the designer do it first puts a lot more thought into the UI and UX ahead of time. Whereas, me as a developer, like I'm probably not going to necessarily think in the way a user would think. And I think that's a big job that a designer does for you. And so if you do the page first and turn it over to a designer to style, then you're letting a developer who's not thinking about the user kind of drive what the application is going to look like. And I think that can end up as a suboptimal experience sometimes.
Yeah, I hear you. That's one thing that I'm trying to think about. I'm not really a designer myself, but doing my own personal projects, I'm like, it's gonna look weird.
Yeah. All right. So yeah, we're grabbing the entire form and then shoving it into the episode field. So we should be good to just add these fields and they should start working.
Great.
So we'll do like copy this guy. Put him down here. Put another one down here. And then let's see. Download. Player.
I'll have to check out the simple form. I was using the easy form or quick form, whatever it is from.
Yeah, auto form. Yeah, I mean, I think it's auto form's okay. There's just certain things I don't like about it. Like I really don't like the way that you control your form. Like if you want to use auto form is by putting a bunch of options in your schema, because I feel like schema is related to the database, and you're adding in, visualization and HTML options into your database file. And I don't know,
good point. Yeah, I do have to do that.
Feels weird to me. But I mean, if you don't want to do that, then you can always just switch to using like auto form without the quick form feature and build your own too.
Yeah.
I don't know. Personally, I like the amount of control I get here. The only thing I miss is like the validation stuff. But I think there might be good ways to do validation that don't have to be like you specifying a huge schema.
What do you do right now on this? Do you have any kind of a schema, or do you just put in the data?
Yeah, just putting the data straight in.
Okay.
Actually, is that a security issue? Yeah, that could potentially be a security issue. So line 4 over here allows them to really input anything.
Data equals process form.
Yeah. So we're processing the form and grabbing out all the stuff that people have put into the form. So I think the assumption there is like no one's monkeyed with the form on the client side, but they could add more form fields with names and,
Yeah. Don't you need to send it over to a server function? and then have it send back the.
Well, line 5 is doing the insert for us. So realistically, what we could do is move this to a method and then send it over and like do a check on stuff that we're getting or something if we cared.
If you cared about security.
Well, I care, but I'm going to thwart the entire problem by making people have to be an admin.
There you go.
And so I know I trust myself.
There you go.
I don't know. I'm going to have to think through that, though. That's very interesting. So download and show notes or how notes. Show. There we go.
Yes. Okay.
Oops. Lost some stuff there. There we go. No, we'll do this. Show notes. So what's that look like now? Okay. So let's get one in. Totally, that is not the right bit.
Wrong one. Embeddable audio player. So you're just going to put that embed code right there. Bam. Okay.
Yep, and then we'll get the download link from right here.
Boo. Do they have an API where you can grab some of that stuff automatically?
Oh, that's interesting. We put it a date back, and yeah, so if nothing else, you can see right here what we could do is parse the feed and probably like auto add stuff based on the feed being updated, and then just come in later with the show notes and add those in, because that's the only thing I think we wouldn't get right off the bat, because Simplecast has the title, it has a short description, and I don't know. Let's look at that real quick. Sharing RSS feed. What do we get?
State.
We get this guy here, which we could parse. Do they have? Yeah, they don't just have like an episode number by itself, an episode ID. But that, I mean, I think this would be enough to drive it.
Yeah.
Right, because we get right here is your summary would work enough for us. We even get a duration, so we can pull that out. Yeah, that's probably worth. Let's get everything wired up, and then probably next time that'd be worth exploring, like automating that piece.
Yeah, I was looking for ways to make things easier.
Automating my life is always a good thing.
Yeah.
All right, so this guy has legit info. So we just need to wire that up. So we need to change this out to be the iframe. I wonder if that's going to screw with the design. My dog is doing something weird over there. Client. It's this guy, featured episode. No, that's the bottom part.
Featured.
I think that's just this part right here, but not this part.
Okay.
So maybe that's part of view home.
Oh yeah, it is, because I see the comments there.
Yeah, I think it's this block right here.
With featured, show episode title, place of actual time. Okay.
Yeah, so see, this is like where maybe some danger could come into, because we're using the triple stash because we got HTML code,
All right.
and we want it to come in and be rendered as HTML code.
Didn't they add something where you didn't have to do that anymore?
You can say it's a safe string if you want. Let's see. What's this magically look like? Oh, we gotta click on this guy. Oh, wah, wah.
Oh, what is this? Just changes the design, like you said, right?
Huh? What'd you say? Sorry.
So that's the new player. Before we were using whatever she had.
Yeah. So what is keeping? Let's get rid of these guys, maybe. Let's see what that looks like.
Where'd it go? Yeah, I pushed it up. We got to change the margin or something, I guess.
Yeah, we see the progress bar, but we don't.
It looks like it just they just put the offset up or something.
Well, what's this latest episode giving us? Let's look at that style, maybe. Oh, gosh, you gotta click on the one with the player in it.
Oh, yeah. The other ones didn't have it yet.
Duh. We should delete that testing in April one. Where's the play button coming from? This guy. Okay, so she's allotting one column to that. So I think we can just make this the full 12 now. Also, I think we kind of want the dark one, not the light one. But that's choosable, so.
Yeah. It's easy to change, I'm guessing.
Okay, that's good. Here's the progress bar. Don't need that anymore. So close that too. Get rid of all that. See what that looks like. Okay. So now we just need it like centered and dark. And
Yep.
dark was a setting of our choice, I think.
Does it just have some padding on it right now? Is that what it's doing?
Dark. There we go. Oh, you just put style equals dark on it.
Easy peasy.
Yeah. I'll just copy the whole thing and replace it.
You can add in a way to edit stuff later.
Yeah.
Okay.
Would be pretty easy to do. All right. Probably this guy. Yeah. Yeah, I actually like the idea of automating it more because then I can just give I've got an assistant that helps me with kind of getting the podcast finished, and I can give her access to this, and she can just upload an episode here, and then
Bam.
Everything's pretty much done.
Yeah.
I don't have to teach her like 2 websites or anything.
Exactly. That'd be simple. Simple cast.
Yeah, we'll have to definitely look and see if they've got an API too. That might be easier to work with. There's the dark one.
It's like barely visible now.
Yeah, I think it's because that purple is so close to the black they're using.
Yeah.
I don't know. What are
Maybe
your
if you put a
thoughts?
border around it, I don't know if you can style it any further on your own. Put like a look at that.
I'm not sure if we can because they're coming in with their own. Can you style something in an iframe? I think you can style the iframe around the iframe, but I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like if you had like a wrapper around it with no margin or padding, and then just gave it a like a border or something.
Let's just see. 1 pixel red. What's that look like? Ye old designy trick. That did not do anything.
Hmm.
Is it that guy? Maybe it's that guy we need to look at. Let's get our hover action going. Border, 1 pixel, solid red. It's being overridden somewhere.
Wonder if it's being overridden by the actual. I don't know. I hate CSS sometimes.
I think I gotta say solid in here. Maybe that was the missing piece. There we go.
Ooh, there you go. Yep, something like that.
Yeah, you like the red?
No, something like that.
All right, so let's go find episode info. In the stylus file, client views. No, client style sheets. Episode, what did I say? Info.
Mm-hmm.
There we go.
Okay.
There we
Oh,
go.
never mind. I just didn't load.
Yeah.
Oh, it looks better.
What's
Give
going
it
on
like a
over
rounded
here? Can you see that? There's like a,
on the right side.
yeah, I think it overhangs it by like a pixel.
Oh yeah, maybe you can just give it a little bit of a margin on the right or something, or padding on the right to make it push out.
Yeah, that is bizarre.
And then you'll want to match the corners to the rest of your website.
Yeah, they've got like
Corners, but other than that, it looks all right.
slight border radius. Really, I think what we need to do first is get that guy pushed down to be centered.
Yeah, that's true. Vertical centering, always a pain. You're just gonna like hard number it in there.
Yeah, I mean it already is. So
Oh, okay. Isn't there like a? I guess it doesn't matter for this one.
yeah,
It's not gonna change size or anything, right? So,
no, just with I guess like it is responsive. So
yeah, responsive left and right, but it's not gonna matter if someone goes up or down, right?
yeah, that seems all right.
Sweet.
Just change this guy to 17.
You have a global border radius variable you use?
I don't know. No, not me, but maybe she did. So border
Does she have
radius.
like a variables file that she keeps stuff in?
Uh, good question.
That's what I always do with my SAS stuff.
Border radius 3 pixels. Oops, what happened there? Episode info. Let's just try that and see. Yeah, they're slightly rounded now.
Wonder if that's the maybe it's, I don't know. It's weird.
Isn't it?
I'm trying to figure out what would cause that. I thought it was just the screencast, but obviously you're seeing it too. So.
Well, what happens if we put some padding on there? Yeah, that gets it. Padding 5 pixels.
Yeah, pretty.
Is that bad though? Because then we see the purple.
Don't put the top and down. Just put padding left and right, or where.
Yeah. So yeah.
Padding right, or I don't know what the shorthand is. I always forget the order.
Yeah.
It's like top.
Yeah,
right,
it's just
bottom,
like
left.
yeah. That's how I always think about it, right? Like if you see me doing this, I'm probably thinking about how padding's applied.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
That's funny.
Uh-huh.
All right. That's not terrible. Let's see where we get that though. I wonder if we only need like 1 pixel of padding there.
Good question. 1 or 2.
Yeah, it's just 1.
Okay. Good stuff.
That's bizarre.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the its own styling has one of those things where the background fills through the border or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Can't remember all the styling options.
Why? I thought we applied the change for the.
I thought so.
Oh, I changed the wrong one. 8 pixels. It's this one. We want to change top.
Ooh. Okay.
Not the bottom. There we go.
Yay.
All right.
Looking good. Making progress.
Yep. All right. Well, let's we'll stick a pin in it here, and we'll probably pick up maybe early next week. I need to look at my calendar. But yeah, I think this is good. And so then, like next week, we'll get the like all the linking going on, and we put the show notes in here and that kind of thing.
You have like a Trello board with like stuff features you want to add in, so we can be.
Jeez.
So we.
No, actually, I don't want to use Trello for that. Since we're open source, let's use GitHub.
You can use like Waffle. Links into GitHub.
Waffle? Yeah, we could. Yeah.
Waffle.
Fan of the Kanban, huh?
It's just easier to like move your ideas around. Yeah.
All right. I am not opposed to using Waffle, that's for sure. So I think, what do we say? Finish wiring up featured episodes. So we'll put some checkboxes in here. I'm pretty sure that's the syntax. Here we go. There's a few. Did we mention anything else we thought would be interesting?
We got to make sure to have the admin flag in there.
Oh yeah. Okay, so that'll be a new one. Okay. Add RSS feed into header. It's just head, isn't it? Not header. New. Add. Share it featured episode.
Oh yeah, that's good.
Give me a chance to test out the new share it stuff too. Anything else? Like what would be required for launch? I guess tweaking the metadata in the sidebar, because this should be Ben and I, not Ben and Rye, or me and Rye.
Okay, so that's just your
So we just need
placeholder.
yeah, this is all probably static, and just change like some of this wording. Yeah, okay.
All right, so just have like a little template for metadata that we pull in.
There we go. And then I think that would probably be enough to get us launched. Let's send this over to the designer though.
I was about to say, I was like, maybe have her tweak the white bar. It's okay for it.
Yeah. I'm not sure I'm in love with that yet.
Yeah.
And then we'll hide these pagination, and then post launch, because we're recording our third episode today and we're going to launch the second one today. So, I mean, it's going to be, we could probably get like 10 of these on a page without having to worry about pagination or something. So probably got a couple weeks. We don't have to do that before we launch.
Sure. Yeah, good point. We'll just have to put it on a date. You'll know when you need to have it done by.
Label. We got to add a label. Want like a post-launch label. I would just mark it as an enhancement for now.
Sure.
Well, not all the non-enhancements are critical to launch.
Yeah.
There we go. All right. So we've got like 5 things we can focus on, and I think would let us get to launch.
Good. So next episode we won't wander around like, what did we leave off on? Yes,
definitely. That would be good. And then so we'll finish up the featured episode stuff. We'll add the admin flag, and that might take up the next episode. And then after that, we'll be doing the RSS feed, the sharing, and the metadata. And I don't know, that stuff sounds pretty simple. If share it works right, then I think we could probably get it launched at the end of I guess this will be our third pairing on that. So
this one is our second.
Oh yeah, this is our second. This is our first time pairing on this.
Yeah, on this.
Yeah. So maybe we can get some deployment in as well. That would be interesting.
Sweet. Yeah, that'd be good to have. Especially with y'all talking about it on the podcast recently. So.
There we go. That's the other thing we talked about.
Yeah, the automagical.
That would be so awesome. All right. Cool, man. Well, thanks. Thanks for pairing. Hopefully you learned something. Hopefully viewers learned something. And I know I love making progress on this stuff. So
for sure. Cool.
All right. Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. And we'll be back at some point next week, too. This video has been a Meteor Club production. You can find out more information about Meteor Club and join the mailing list by clicking on the Meteor Club button below. If you enjoyed this video, you can also hit the subscribe button below and get more content like this. Thanks for watching.